Butterflies, welcome back to my channel Butterfly MUA. If you're new here, my name is Mercedes, I'm the face behind Butterfly MUA, and if you are new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. When I reach 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. And if you're not new, hi, welcome back, make sure you're subscribed. So today is a tag video. Sorry if you keep seeing tag videos on my channel at the moment, I really enjoy watching them, I really enjoy taking part. So sorry, not sorry, but you know, if you enjoy this, I tag you, they're so fun to do, and also I like doing them because sometimes it makes you take a step back and think like, ooh, why do I do that? Why do I have this? Why do I like it? So you know, I find it really good to just sort of sit, chill back, especially when you've been playing loads of makeup. And I've just been doing like lip swatches for a video, and there were 11 lip glosses I needed to try. 11, so my mouth is literally killing me now. I had planned on maybe doing another one where I'm swatching lipsticks and stuff, but I think if I'm going to do that one today, I need to give my mouth a rest, or I might just do this video and then leave it. So I have filmed a few videos today, so if I look the same in a few videos, you know why. So today's tag is the self-care tag, which I found on Halio's channel from the Beauty News Girls. So this was actually more for people to do during lockdown and when the pandemic first hit and took off. But I only discovered it recently, and I was like, you know what, it'd be really fun to do and think back to how I coped during that time and during lockdown, and whether things have changed, whether I changed, whether I did stuff the same or not. So I thought it'd be really fun to do. So question number 1, have you taken up a new exercise routine? No, I'm a lazy ass cow. I really do not find the fun in fitness. Sometimes I really wish I did, because I'm getting older, my body is starting to look a bit like you could use some exercise, but it's not really fun. I remember signing up to a gym when I was 16, and I literally went a few times. I had this real fear of going and people watching me, not that they really care at a gym, they're too busy trying to make their own fitness. But yeah, I didn't really find it for me, so I didn't really take up a new fitness routine unless homeschooling counts and chasing my children and trying to get them to sit down. That was a huge thing. But I mean, I did try a few exercises when everyone else was starting to do them, but to be honest, with my stomach and my endometriosis, I try and do exercise and then I'm in pain afterwards and then I'm grumpy, so I didn't really. I'm lazy. Question number 2, be honest. How much were you snacking? I was snacking a lot, to be honest. Obviously right at the beginning when people were panic buying, because I worked in a supermarket, well, I still work in a supermarket, but I worked during the pandemic, so I saw everyone panic buying, and you know, the shops were empty. It was absolute craziness, especially over toilet roll. I mean, come on. But I did pick up snacking, you know, when the pandemic sort of calmed a little bit and people didn't panic buy as much. I did see myself snacking a little bit more. Me and my husband got addicted to these crisps. I can't think of the name of them, but they're like nacho cheese flavour, thanks to my friend Claire who got me hooked onto them. But yeah, we were definitely snacking on those a hell of a lot, and put in a mug, but we called it put in a mug. They were really cool. You just added like a bit of milk or hot water and shoved them in the microwave for like a minute, and then you had like a chocolate sponge pudding. Don't think I could eat them now though. Question number 3, are you putting makeup on just for the fun of it or skipping it? During the pandemic, I was still going to work, so I did put makeup on. I did have my old YouTube channel, which was makeup based as well. During the pandemic, you know, when you're at home and everything and everyone gets on top of you and you clash, and then out of a moment of madness, I deleted my old channel because I was like, oh, it's not working, I don't have time to do it, I'm homeschooling, I'm doing this and this, I don't have time to do it. So I got rid of it. So for a little while I did go through a phase of not really wearing makeup unless I was going to work. But then I fell back in love with it and I started this channel, which I absolutely love, and don't worry, I won't ever be deleting this one. But yeah, I did fall back in love with it and I did start wearing it every day, not just for the sake of wearing it. It was just for fun, to pass the time, especially like when the kids had finished homeschooling and then they went off to play, and I was like, you know what, now I can have a bit of downtime for me as well. So I did kind of still play with makeup, but there was a little patch where I didn't. Question 4. Have you done anything to your hair? I qualified as a hairdresser years ago and I'm naturally blonde, but because I have really fine hair, blonde hair, although it suits me in some ways, if I was to wear it in a ponytail it looks like I have no hair. It's that fine. I'm pretty sure my sister stole all the hair from the rest of the genes in our family because she's got so much hair she could give enough for like 3 or 4 people. So just before the lockdown I'd gone back brunette and I was still going to the hairdresser and getting things topped up. Although I could do it myself, it was kind of like fun. Then the lockdown hit and I started buying the box dyes from the supermarket, using those, and I've not really looked back since. I have been back to the hairdresser to get my hair cut. I did cut my own fringe in. Obviously I'm trained in it, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But when lockdown lifted I did go back and have a huge chunk cut off because I was like, it's just all split ends, and where I've over dyed it, it was crispy. So I did do stuff to my hair, but I usually do stuff to my hair anyway. Question 5. How are your nail and lash extensions holding up? Very well, because I don't wear lash extensions and I don't really wear nails. I do like to dab in the whole false nail sense that I will buy the glue-on ones and stick them on, or I might do like a gel polish and put it under the lamp myself, but I wasn't one for wearing... What was that noise? That was a really loud bang. Anyway, yeah, I'm not really one for like fake lashes. Like, I think they look awesome on some people, but because I like playing with makeup so much and doing different eyeshadow looks, I'd forever be using makeup remover and I'd probably end up damaging them, so I haven't really worn them before. So yeah, didn't really apply to me. Question 6. What do you miss about the normal outside world? Well, the one thing I really missed was seeing my nan and my family. That was one thing that really hit home. It was really hard. Like, my nan only lives around the corner and she looks after my granddad, who is disabled, and I knew that she was struggling, but I couldn't go to help her. Like, me and the kids, we did do walk-bys and we'd like wave at the window, but because my granddad was diabetic, or is diabetic, you know, I felt like even if she needed me to help, I couldn't go in there because I worked with the general public at a supermarket. I could have picked anything up and I didn't want to go around and risk infecting them. So that was really hard. And homeschooling. I missed the kids going to normal school. I'm not great at being a teacher. Obviously I like to teach my children things about life, but when it came to like maths and English, that was hard, really hard. So that is one thing I'm glad now that they've gone back to school. And also, like, my eldest, she never really suffered with anxiety or anything before, but during the pandemic, not seeing her friends and having that normal school routine, she was really poorly. Like, she kept getting this weird bellyache, and I phoned 111. They told us to go to A&E because they thought it could be her appendix. So we took her there and it turned out to be anxiety. And I was like, I did not know that could do that to someone. So, you know, I'm very glad they've gone back to school, because since going back to school, I've not had any trouble with her tummy. So that's why I'm glad they've gone back. Question 7. What are your YouTube channel recommendations? So obviously I watch makeup YouTube, and I have a lot of makeup-y YouTuber recommendations. So obviously where I found this tag over on Haley's channel from the Beauty News Girls. It's amazing. She's really cool. She's an Australian lady, and she actually is like, she makes me laugh. She's so point blank with her opinions, but I really respect that. Like, I don't want someone to gloss over whether something is good or bad. I want them to just outright say it, and she will. Then there is also the other girl from Beauty News, Kat. I really enjoy watching her channel. She's just had like a baby, well, he's a toddler now, but I kind of enjoyed watching her sort of change her routine with her channel because she had children, because I've always felt like, oh, when you have children, maybe you shouldn't be doing like makeup on YouTube. And I like the fact that she's like, hell no, yeah, carry on. So I really enjoy watching her channel and her opinions. She's very much like Haley, does not mince her words. And obviously their combined channel, Beauty News, I was addicted to watching like the past episodes of that, and watching and observing about like new things that had come out over the years. It was really informative, and I really enjoyed the destroying makeup like little selection. That was good. Then there's Kelly Gooch. I really like her channel at the moment. She's just got such a really nice way about her and the way she does her makeup, and she does like her industry deep dives, which I find really fascinating to watch. So yeah, she's another good one to keep an eye out for. There's also Backchat Beauty. We both sort of started our channels fairly recently, and we sort of like got to know each other through Instagram as well, but I really enjoy her channel. She does some really great get ready with me's, and you know, has really in-depth sort of chatty get ready with me's, which I find fantastic. I also like some of her short ones, like she recently did like her nude lipstick collection video. I thought that one was really good and really interesting, so yeah, go give her a check out as well. Obviously I've always loved Tati Westbrook, Glam Life Guru, so you know, I was always watching her backlog of videos. Yes, she wasn't around for most of the pandemic because she'd had her own issues and came off of YouTube, but she's come back and I really enjoy watching her channel. Makeup with Alex Kate, she's also another one. She's a Essex beauty YouTuber from the UK, but she is very on the ball with new releases, especially from like Revolution, Makeup Obsession, that kind of thing. She's very on the ball, very there, and I quite enjoy watching her. She's very sort of fun to watch, like you can really connect with her. She's very funny. I find her funny, but she's so sweet, and I really enjoy watching her channel. And yeah, there's a few others, but the names are not coming to me right now, and there's a few YouTubers that I've recently sort of connected with, and when I get to know them a bit more, then I would definitely recommend their channels as well. Question 8. What have you been binging on TV? So luckily we had Netflix, which was such a godsend, but quite a few of the things we were binging on were Snowpiercer. I absolutely love that series. It's so good. It is based on an older film, but I really love the newer element they've brought to it. It's like a thriller with some gory bits in it, but I just really like how it's a post-apocalyptic world on a train. Where else would you find that other than on Netflix? But yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's such a great TV show. Would highly recommend that one. Then there was The Kingdom, I think it's called. I think it's a Korean made series about zombies, but like back in like the olden days, like I want to say like Chinese dynasty, but I don't know whether that's the right thing. But that was really good. That was really interesting to watch. It is dubbed, but do you know what, after watching a couple of episodes you kind of forget about that, but it was really good, really gritty, and yeah, I loved that. Question 9. Your favourite book or book series? I have a collection of Resident Evil books that I have had since I was like a teenager. Well, actually the ones I had from when I was a teenager I gave to a charity shop when my youngest was born. I went through a complete phase of I have to get everything that's horror out of the house. It's obviously like a baby hormonal mummy thing, but then I wanted them back, so then I re-brought them all. So I just went through a complete phase of reading all of those because there was not a lot else to do. Like, I couldn't go to the bookshop and have a browse, and I was like, do you know what, I really want something that's familiar and makes me feel like at home. Yes, it's zombies, yes, it's Resident Evil, it's horror, but I've always loved those, so I was just reading them, to be honest. Question 10. Have you taken up any new hobbies? I did give sewing a go. I made my own handbag. It was good. I've kind of destroyed the handbag now because obviously I'm not the best and I didn't have a sewing machine at the time, so I hand stitched it all, so it kind of fell apart. But I did have fun making that, so that I guess was kind of a new hobby. Question 11. What were you doing to relax? So I would obviously come and play with makeup when I did get back into that, or I would just take a nice bath, read a book, have a scented candle on and use a face mask. That's generally what I tend to do to relax. I also like, if I'm doing housework, I like to have YouTube on in the background, so yeah, those are kind of what I would do. Question 12. Post a picture of your pets. So we have pet mice and they are little sods to take a picture of, so I will try my best, but if I can't, we have them. They're so cute and gorgeous. They do have their own little personalities. They're so funny. We did have a couple that passed away during the pandemic because they'd reached like old age. Like, mice generally tend to last like 1, 2, 3 years. We had one mouse that was 4 years old. Bless her soul, she only died recently, but she was so lovely. So mice, those are my pets. Those are what we had to keep us entertained. Question 13. Post your fave or funniest meme. To be honest, I wasn't really looking at memes, so I don't really have a funny one to post. Plus as well, can I really post them? Like, are we going to get told off like copyright if I take someone else's meme? So yeah, I find stuff funny, and like I quite often share things to like my husband or my friends on WhatsApp, but I don't really have one that really comes to mind. God, that makes me sound boring. Question 14. Big or small, something you're grateful for. And that has to be my children. Very grateful for those because although homeschooling was difficult, they definitely kept me going through lockdown and through the pandemic, and they sort of kept me on my toes. So, you know, there were obviously times where you could just sit there and worry and not really know what was going to happen with life and people around you. But kids have that energy where they just keep you on your toes. They have to be entertained. You have to be there for them. So I'm definitely grateful for my babies, and they are beautiful and I love them so much. So yeah, definitely grateful for those. And I have a couple of bonus questions just because I thought they should be included. So, have your spending habits changed? Mine certainly did change throughout the pandemic. I was buying a lot more online, and because I was at home, I was looking online a lot more than I normally would have been. So I was like, oh, that's new. Oh, I need one of those. Oh, yeah, that'll be handy. And so I was definitely maybe spending a bit more than I normally would, but because we weren't taking the kids out for days out or spending much on petrol, we had that kind of little bit of income where we could do that. Plus I was doing like overtime at work if people were off sick or they had to self-isolate. You know, I'd be called into work and doing a bit extra, so you know, my spending habits did change. Okay, and the last question is, did you still work during lockdown or the isolation period? And yes, I did. I think there was 2 weeks that I had off near the beginning of lockdown because my daughter had gone on a school trip right as COVID was coming to the UK. We went up to London, we got to see like this Egyptian thing. It was absolutely amazing, like seeing all these Egyptian things, and I think it was the last time it was coming to this museum. So it's really, really good. So it was a bit of a thing, but I did work throughout the rest of it, which it was so different. I remember driving to work and the roads being empty. I could literally make it to work in 5 minutes, whereas normally it takes about 15 because of traffic. You know, the journey is literally a 5-minute journey away, but because there's normally so much traffic on the road, you'd get caught in it and then it would take like 15-20 minutes to get to work. I could literally just fly to work around the corner and not think anything of it. And yes, I do drive to work. Yes, it's only like 5 minutes away in the car, but I work night shifts, so there's no way I'm walking home at night, like midnight in pitch black. So yeah, I do drive. It was definitely a tough time working through the pandemic, but I'm thankful to say we've made it through the other side. Fingers crossed now the vaccines are out. Hopefully it will start to die back and we won't have to put up with too much, and maybe hopefully no more lockdowns, but I guess it's going to take a few more years to fully know. So yeah, that is the self-care tag. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also if you want to take part, please do. I tag you. So yeah, take care. Bye.